if we really agree to follow something all the way to its edge, there is trusting that there is no such thing as something that has no end. There is no such thing. If we really trust reality, that all formations, everything that appears must disappear, that necessarily means that it has an edge. But if I'm afraid of following it all the way, I will never realize that it has an edge. And if you sometimes bravely tell an emotion, you know what, let's follow you all the way. Let's see. I'm dreading you. I'm having this imagination that you have no end. Now let's go with you all the way. And then, just like in the expansion process, you actually tell it, show yourself completely to me. You let it grow and grow and grow and grow, reach its maximal limit. But there is a point in which it actually transforms. So if I follow an emotion all the way, what happens is not that it drags me into a bottomless pit, but it transforms into something remarkable, something like love, something like reality, something like joy. So you are talking about this gravitational pull that feels all consuming. And the thing is that this gravitational pull is not really of the emotion. The emotion doesn't have gravitational pull. We are pulled. When we have a human tendency to sink into negativity, into despair, into oblivion, into nothingness, into hopelessness. We have that. It is almost like demons, like a dark force. And somehow, strangely, it feels like an embrace, like you are giving in to something that is strangely, you will strangely forget yourself in it. So there is this gravitational pull that we feel. It's an inclination. But if we let that inclination win, we will make that feeling an endless feeling. We will freeze it and freeze ourselves in it. So that's why we have to refuse that, to resist that inclination. That is nothing but self-destruction. That can only destroy us. And we are not beings of darkness. We are beings of light. By our very nature, we come from life, eternal life. That is why we have to challenge that illusion and really agree to let emotions die away. Understanding that, for instance, when it comes to grief, that it's not negativity that connects us. It's beauty. It's life. It's eternity. So we don't need to be bound by pain. So it is us who don't let emotions die away. Every emotion, believe me, wants to die away. Like every creature, every energy in the universe, it wants to transform. At a certain point, it begs you, please let me transform, let me die. I have lived long enough. Why are you keeping me as a tortured ghost? Let me go. Let me transform into the light to which I belong. I hope you understand now that there is nothing like a pain that will never end. And again, sometimes we want it to never end because of different reasons. And then if there is an emotion that seems like it doesn't end, we need to ask ourselves, why don't I want it to end? Why? How does it keep me protected? Why does it confusingly give me a sense of being connected to something, or that I might lose something if I let it go? We have to trust, we've come to live with certain emotions as if they were our best friends. All kinds of negative forces, depression, anger, resentment, grief, fear. And we've gotten used to them as if it's meant to be forever, like we're married, or that we're soulmates. I don't know what, but it's somehow meant to be there and it cannot go away. No matter what I do, no matter how much I work on it therapeutically. But then after 20, 30, 40 years of therapy, I really need to stop and ask myself, why am I not letting it go? Is it that I've only stumbled across bad therapy? Or is it that at a certain point it has become my first identity, that has become my protective shield, that it has become something that helps me avoid living, helps me avoid stepping in, and somehow keeps me away from freedom, which I strangely dread, because I don't know what I could do with all that freedom.